Hi there, I'm Rob Gurney here with East Midlands Music here at backstage at Download 2014, and it's my great pleasure to introduce you this time Mikey and Dan from Skindred. Hello gentlemen.
Hello. How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. How's this going for you? You've been here 5 times now, I believe, in total, including today?
Probably about 5 times now, I think. Yeah.
And how does this compare with sort of previous years for you?
Just gets better and better and better. Today's the best, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm repeating myself now, but Download never disappoints. You know.
Yep.
Never disappoints, and just every single time we come back, it's like you fall in love with it again, kind of thing. Like, great festival.
Well, I was certainly introduced to something new in your set, the Newport helicopter. Would you like to tell me something about the origins of that?
That was from a Download festival, wasn't it? 2011.
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah.
Just a spontaneous thing that Benji did, the Download 2011, and it's just stuck with us really, and we like.
It's become a thing.
Yeah, it's become a thing.
It's become a signature item on the Skindred menu.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one that should be experienced by all. I think really. I think it's fair to say. It's a great lineup this year, I think, for Download. We've got great diversity of bands, great diversity of genres. Now you guys have finished your set. Who are you looking forward to checking out?
Gonna go see right after this. I think I'm gonna go see Baby Godzilla, and gonna watch Offspring do Smash, which is quite exciting because I grew up, listening to that record.
Yes,
so,
yes.
What else? I'm trying to think.
Flogging Molly are on in a minute. I'm gonna go and watch that.
Yeah, Flogging Molly. I just swore. Sorry.
And then would like to see some Rob Zombie, and obviously some Avenged Sevenfold as well. Yeah.
So you guys have been kind of busy. You've had the Kerrang Awards. You're here today at Download. You've got the Metal Hammer next week. Do you guys ever take a break to chill out, or are you just constantly on it?
We never stop. Rocking.
I mean, sometimes there's downtime, a bit like when we can have time off, we make the most of it, But a lot of the time we are sort of working. I mean, because we're in cycle at the moment, so that record came out in January, just pushing it, trying to play new places, bring the band to new people, work on our songwriting, all the time.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, you can certainly see the progression in your material. I mean, how did you guys get started? I know your origin from Newport in Wales. It's not the first place you think of necessarily when you think of sort of alternative kind of metal. How did you guys get together in the first place?
Well, Benji was in a band before called Dub War, who were, kind of like an underground band, and I really liked them when I was a kid, basically. And when I was 18, I ended up meeting him, and he wanted to start a new band, and I just started jamming with him, and that's kind of like how it started. And we met Mike and Ari or whatever, and sort of did it. So I'm not from Wales originally,
okay.
And I sort of moved. So we sort of moved because the original lineup was all Welsh apart from me, but those guys left quite early on, and then Mike and Ari joined the band. So Benji's actually the only Welsh person in the band,
right.
But we all lived in Newport at one point,
So that's the Welsh connection right there.
The Welsh connection. We're Welsh by association.
Yeah. So how did you come to find each other? How did you group of musicians come together and develop the quite unique sound? I think you guys have. Nobody else sounds like you guys. How did you give birth to that?
In the beginning, what we said was we just want to write dancehall with like guitars like Helmet, and that was kind of like what we wanted to do, and that it's just sort of progressed from that, because I guess over the years, like the kind of focus of that's changed slightly with Mike and Ari joining, but it's always been kind of like that sort of reggae universe. There's loads of scope for like different influences, be it drum and bass, dub, ragga, bashment, whatever, all that kind of, like even to like British hip hop and grime and stuff, drum and bass, And then in the rock world, we sort of do the same thing. We pick and choose like some classic rock, some punk. Yeah.
So now you guys, we'll come to your new album in a moment. Now have a back catalogue of 5 albums. How do you go about choosing the set list for an event like this, where you can't obviously play everything?
I mean, we normally play stuff that reacts well. You know what I mean? We don't like to just play the lesser known stuff that doesn't have any kind of like massive crowd participation. We like it to be, have a lot of crowd participation.
We want people to get what they want, a lot of the time. So it's kind of like that sort of, what do you call it? That Aerosmith idea where you just play all the hits, yeah.
Well, I can certainly testify from being in the middle of the crowd during your set that it was certainly working, that this crowd was certainly jumping.
Oh, amazing.
And I would like to talk about, obviously, the new album, 2014, very exciting, Kill the Power. Would you like to tell us about that?
What would you like to know?
I'd like to know, how did you sort of go about writing it? As I say, you've had 4 previous albums. How do you guys sort of come up with your new material? Is this things that you write on the road? Is it things you go into the studio and just kind of jam and see what happens? What's the method behind you guys creating an album?
I don't know. I think it's just like anyone else. You just write ideas for songs, write the odd riff, come up with a lyric, do something like that, and it just sort of stems from there. It's a band, It's like it's not like we do anything particularly different. I don't think to anyone else.
I don't think so. I mean, we're always sort of writing on the go. Me and me are writing riffs all the time, and then at some point it's been different every time. But we always get together for like, a few weeks and put stuff together. Have to, you know what I mean? There's no like one person who does everything. Everyone's like got a sort of does their own thing with all of it. You know what I mean? So
yeah, so it's definitely a group activity. Now, you guys are obviously renowned, shall we say, for the quality of your live shows. Won, I believe, Best Live Band at the 2011 Golden Hammer Awards.
Better believe it.
You better believe it, and again, we've seen the clear evidence as today why. How do you guys sort of go about sort of planning a live show? As opposed to sort of other bands. What do you guys do that really sets you apart? Because it is obvious that there's something special out there.
I think, like Dan said a minute ago, it's just we do what works, and the more we play, you kind of get to know what works. You'd like when you play all these like little shoots of other people's songs and stuff, you kind of see things go over their heads, or people go, "Oh my God, it's House of Pain," and so we'll do that again next time. Things like that.
Yeah.
And the same with our songs as well.
We like take chances as well.
Yeah.
That's a lot of it where people a lot of metal bands.
Favours the brave, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, exactly. We just take chances and.
Well, gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you very much for your time. Just one final thing from me. What's next for Skindred? What have you guys got on the menu for the rest of the year?
Festivals.
Yeah, more of this in Europe and further afield. We'll be doing more writing in the small amount of downtime we have. But then, beginning of next year, we've just announced an arena run we're doing with Steel Panther.
Literally one of my favourite bands in the world.
So you can be there.
I will be there. I promise you, I will be there. Satan himself would not stop me attending those gigs. So I look forward to that. Gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for the time. I've been Rob Gurney, and these gentlemen have been Skindred.